What it do, YouTube? It's your boy, The Gal, here to bring you another VV video. So today is Monday, April 12th, my VV 1 month anniversary. And what is going on today? Well, for one, I finally got a Mojo Jojo, so I'm happy about that. But let me show you guys this. So, Vivi says, Happy Monday. This week we buildle. That's right, there will be no drops this week. However, stay tuned for info and maybe some fun. So, most of us know that they're working on the marketplace opening up. So, we're expecting that to happen this week. If not this week, it should happen this week. If not, I don't know what's going on, but let's hope for the marketplace this week. And then, yeah, just expect anything. They could throw anything at us. There's a big announcement still pending, and yeah, who knows what they have in store for us, but I know it's probably good. Yeah. So today's video is brought to you by Crypto Ocasio or Cortez. This is a crypto lady on the Twitters that I came across, and I pretty much, today's video, I'm just going to be reading from a thread of hers. So she created everything that I'm going to read today. And it's just an in-depth Omi Tokenomics article. So it's going to be very detailed and very technical. So I would highly suggest that you put the speed up to at least 1.5 to get through it quicker and smoothly. And if you're not into details or technical stuff, then this might not be the video for you. But if you're into information and you want to learn about Omi and Ecomi and Veve, then this might be the video for you. So without further ado, here we go. Omi is a deflationary utility token on the GoChain network. It has a circulating supply of 168 billion Omi and a market cap of 1.3 billion. As of April 7th, 2021. The Omi token works in the augmented reality collectibles app called Veve. You will be able to use Omi to purchase AR NFT collectibles or stake Omi for access to rare or exclusive NFT collectibles. Omi is a Go20 standard token on the GoChain network, and the Veve app NFTs are Go721 tokens. Omi should be stored in wallets that are compatible with the GoChain. Some wallets, or some examples of compatible wallets, are Secure Wallet, Trust Wallet app, GoChain Web Wallet, Ledger Cold Storage, My Ether Wallet, MetaMask. The Omi tokens are visible on the public blockchain, but the Ecomi team has said that they are keeping the Go721 ledger hidden for beta. Currently, NFTs cannot be moved out of the Veve app, but it's been confirmed we'll be able to move them out eventually on compatible network protocols. The GoChain network and accompanying Go token is a backwards compatible protocol with the Ethereum network with low fees and decoupled from proof of work block validation. The Go token is capable of 1,300 transactions per second. It has a very low average fee, and it has a confirmation time of 3 to 5 seconds. GoChain debuted in 2017 as an interoperable alternative to Ethereum with higher transaction throughput and without relying on costly proof-of-work blockchain validation. GoChain uses what they call proof of reputation, which is essentially centrally authorized validator nodes. The GoChain team has a list of socially prominent organizations with good reputations whose role as authorized block validators are trusted because they were discovered to be approving false blocks. Then it would theoretically hurt their business or academic reputation. Ecomi is a digital asset company based in Singapore. They provide a wallet and a marketplace for digital collectibles in the Veve app. The Veve app allows collectors to display their collectibles in augmented reality or in virtual reality showrooms. The Ecomi team is continually improving the NFT products in the Veve app, allowing for interactivity to their collectibles. This was the DeLorean that was just dropped last week. Single-player and multiplayer games are being developed for users on the Veve app and utilizing everyone's own collectible NFTs. This is a Discord message. We'll soon be applying AI dynamics to the NFTs. So, for instance, if you buy a King Kong figure, it will cycle through a set animation, and if you get a Godzilla figure, it will do likewise. But if you get them both and put them together in the Terror Dome, then this could trigger an Easter egg animation where they may interact with each other. We're working on this now, but it's some months away from perfection just yet. Ecomi has released info on a little over a dozen of their major licensing deals for their NFTs, but have said they have 100 major licenses and most are still not revealed. They've commented that they have enough NFT drops to have multiple weekly drops for the next 5 years. This is a list of confirmed partners: Tokenomics, CBS, Cartoon Network, Capcom, Warner Bros., NFL, Jurassic Park, Back to the Future, Ultraman, Ghostbusters, Fast and the Furious, Crypto Zodiac, Kripkins, and General Motors, to name a few. Here's a message from Reese, the communications manager of Ecomi. We have licensing deals with these companies, but most people don't really understand licensing. The deals give us the rights to reproduce their other company IPs and the matter that are, so in the sense they are all exclusive, yes. Once the products, digital collectibles, have been made and offered on our platform, they become our intellectual property as well and cannot be reproduced or offered in the same manner. If other projects can access the licensors, which after working with them all for the last 2 years, we already know pretty much no one does, especially without their own Alcon, they can still make deals for other things. For example, Wax has some sort of deal with Street Fighter to make collectible cards, but not high-res 3D models like we are. You've probably come to the same conclusion as us about those, though. They all just seem a bit boring. Haha. If you want to learn more about licensing, how it works, and why it's easily the biggest thing to come to the NFT space, I have an article about it. It was written a while ago, so I'm sure some of the info is dated, but the content is still valid. Another message from Reese. One license equals multiple brands, and one brand equals heaps of series and releases under it. Example, license DC, brand, Batman Black and White editions. There are 100 statues in the Black and White series alone. And this is what he's talking about right here. There's tons of things yet to be released. We only have about 1/4 of these, if that, so far in the store. Then there's all the other Batman releases that come under the same brand. Go check your terms and conditions and scroll down if you haven't already. Plus, Superman, Harley Quinn, the Joker, etc., which are all their own brands too. We have new licenses coming on all the time, and enough content for the next 5 years or more, and that's with multiple drops every week. There are two purchase categories: primary market, new NFTs from the store, and the secondary market, peer-to-peer marketplace NFTs. Primary market versus secondary markets. It is important to understand that within the Veve app, there are two places collectibles can be purchased. The store. This is for primary sales. That is, digital collectibles and artworks produced and listed by Veve. Purchases in the store can be made using fiat currencies and gems. Regardless of the mode of purchase, any purchase within the store triggers the same Omi mechanics and token flows. Details below. The market. This is for secondhand purchases. That is, the market is where you can buy, trade, and sell your collectibles with other users. Purchases in the market are made with gems. Gems are available for purchase within the app as a standalone purchase or can be made at the point of sale using Apple or Google in-app purchases. In the primary market, Veve users purchase new NFT drops from the Veve store. Ecomi sets a fixed price and number of NFTs available for users to purchase. At the pre-established date, time, they allow everyone the opportunity to purchase them in the store. They are discussing changes to that system, but no details as of yet. In the secondary market, Veve users can list collectibles they already own for sale at a fixed price or at auction, and others can purchase them using gems. Within the Veve app, there's an additional currency called gems, and within the market, one gem is equivalent to $1. Gems can be purchased using fiat currency or Omi, and can eventually be converted back to gems to fiat or Omi as well. Gems are used as the in-app currency. Gems can be obtained via an in-app purchase, via Apple Pay or Google Pay, or by converting Omi tokens sent to the app wallet. Gem value does not fluctuate over time. However, the purchasing power of Omi to gems will fluctuate with market conditions. Gems last until they are used to purchase digital collectibles or exchanged back into Omi, after which they are removed from the ecosystem. Gems facilitate transactions and listing prices in both the primary and secondary markets. Currently, there's a problem between the non-US currencies and gems. When someone buys gems with GBP, for example, instead of giving them the conversion rate to gems in USD, it treats the GBP as USD and the purchaser pays premium. The Ecomi team is working on a solution. Ecomi are currently waiting on their money transmitter license, MLT, for converting gems back to fiat or Omi in the Veve app, which will require KYC or AML protocols. What is AML and KYC? Anti-money laundering laws and Know Your Customer protocol is a way for governments to allow businesses to provide an on-ramp, off-ramp for checkable deposits and cash equivalents. They require real-life ID and photo records in auditing all of transactions. Users are given two separate wallets in the Veve app, one for Omi and one for gems. Gems can be traded or used to purchase NFTs, but Omi facilitates the transaction on the blockchain underneath every gems purchase. When gems are purchased on the Veve app, an equivalent amount of Omi are taken from the Ecomi Reserve wallet and sent to the Ecomi Vault wallet, where they sit until those gems are spent. Once those gems are spent, those specific Omis in the vault are sent to the Burn wallet. Briefly, between being grabbed from the Reserve wallet and being sent to the Vault wallet, the Omi underlying these gems pass through that user's wallet for recording the financial history of those Omi on the ledger. These transitory Omi can show up in your wallet if it's stuck in queue, waiting to process. As tokens are sent to the Burn wallet, they are removed from the circulation entirely. This is a deflationary mechanism which is maximized when the money spent within the Veve app is high and the price of Omi is low. There are two ways tokens can be funneled into the Burn wallet: sales on new NFTs, sales on the secondary market. In all new NFT sales, the process to burn tokens goes as follows. Users buy gems for XUSD worth of Omi Z are taken from the Reserve wallet and sent to the Vault wallet. Users spend Y% of their gems, Y% of Z Omi are burned. For example, a user buys $100 worth of gems and spends 90 of it on a new NFT in the primary market. That means $90 worth of Omi per price at the time of the gems purchase gets sent to the Burn wallet. If the gems are left unspent, that revenue goes to the buyback fund. More on that later. Sales on the secondary market are between app users, so the gems in that case aren't being redeemed with Ecomi, just being swapped between users. Nonetheless, the Ecomi team has dedicated to burning Omi in an equivalent amount of USD equal to 2.5% of every secondary market sale. Unlike the buyback reserve, the Ecomi team did not explicitly say that this 2.5% was after in-app fees, so we should assume, until they are plainly state otherwise, that the 2.5% burn is from the total secondary market sale. For example, a user spends 100 USD worth of gems in the secondary market. That means $2.50 worth of Omi per price at the time of the secondary market purchase gets sent to the burn wallet. Market transaction fees. With the platform now enabling Omi to flow both ways, a secondary market transaction of 2.5% of the transaction value will be introduced to be paid by the seller. As a simple example, a Veve digital collectible sells on the market for 100 gems. From this, 2.5 gems will be deducted from the sale and sent to the out-of-circulation wallet. The seller then receives 97.5 gems from the sale. A lingering question: why does the burn wallet have any Go tokens in it? Those Omi should never be accessible, so it's just a strange choice and is probably worth addressing at some point. While the primary market may look like it's the largest source of token deflation at first glance, I fully expect the secondary market to become the larger factor. The primary market grows with new users, but the secondary market grows as each user gains interest in trading NFTs. The primary market grows linearly because it is single direction transaction, but the secondary market grows exponentially as users gain and reinvest profits from selling their NFTs. There are two traditional methods to analyze a system where many different elements interact with each other: bottom-up analysis and top-down analysis. We can study each element within a system individually and then determine the behavior of the system by the sum of each individual property, bottom-up strategy. Or we can categorize elements into simplified groups and determine the behavior of the system by their group properties, top-down strategy. A network approach reduces complex systems to a bare architecture of links and nodes. Nodes are points of interest, and links are the relationship between them. People are nodes, and their interests are links. As more people join Veve, more nodes are created. As more content reaches the app, the more links are temporarily created between nodes, where one user wants to sell an NFT, another wants to buy. This is where the velocity of money comes into importance. The velocity of money is the measure of the amount of money that moves between individuals within an economy. It is measured by the amount of money an economy uses in exchanging goods and services, divided by the total amount of money available within that economy. Generally, the high velocity is considered healthy for an economy. As money flows into the network and more nodes become connected, it increases the potential velocity of money. This can have a direct effect on the price action. The Ecomi devs have said that they think it's reasonable to estimate the size of the secondary market as twice the size of the primary, but I think in the long run it will be much greater than that. It is anticipated that the market for peer-to-peer transactions will be at least double the size of the primary market, although these numbers will vary based on use. The most recent sales were Ultraman, $1 million prospectively generated, $700,000 after app fees. Mermicornos, $800,000 generated, $600,000 after app fees. Back to the Future, $4 million generated, $3 million after fees. The Ecomi team has stated that they would like to reach a point of having 3 to 4 NFT drops per week. If we can assume that the sales revenue will be sustained despite increased drop days, we could reasonably estimate the weekly earnings at around $7.5 million per week, $5.25 million after app fees. The Ecomi team has put their secondary market size at a conservative estimate of twice that of their primary, so we'll use those numbers knowing they're likely underestimated. If we have $15 million worth of gems being spent on the secondary market weekly, it would mean that $375,000 worth of Omi burned weekly. 37,500,000 Omi with it priced at 1 cent. Combining that projected secondary market burn with the projected primary market burn, we can safely estimate, with Omi priced at 1 cent, a reasonably weekly burn of 562,500,000 Omi. However, I do believe that the variable for the size of the secondary market is greatly underestimated, but the number will decrease as Omi advances in price. Overall, Omi has a total supply of 750 billion tokens. Most of these tokens will never see the market circulation because these tokens function with a closed loop of Omi ecosystem. Here's how all 750 billion tokens were originally distributed. 300 billion, 40%, reserve wallet, out of circulation. 150 billion, 20%, Ecomi team, board and advisors. 150 billion, 20%, market circulation. 150 billion, 20%, business development. While moving some of their Omi founders' rewards, the Ecomi team accidentally locked 97.96 billion Omi in a smart contract that doesn't release them for thousands of years, so they'll never see the light of day. In total, 397.96 billion Omi will not circulate, meaning the hypothetical highest circulating supply is 352 billion tokens, an increase of 109.4% from current circulating supply. So of the 352 billion tokens designated to hypothetically circulate, 150 billion, 20%, goes to the Ecomi team, board and advisors. 97.96 billion has been burned, leaving 52 billion. 150 billion, 20%, goes to the market circulation. 110 billion distributed during sale. 40 billion assumed to have been sent to the Vault wallet for liquidity. 150 billion, 20% goes to business development. The Business Development Fund could make up any percentage of the difference between the initial 110 billion Omi sold and the current circulating supply of 168 billion as of April 7th. The difference being about 58.1 billion Omi. If we find the estimated weekly burn we calculated earlier credible, and if we took the worst case scenario of having all possible Omi in circulation, 352 billion, we would be burning roughly 0.16 of the circulating supply every week, about 8.3% per year. This is only tokens burned, mind you. On top of tokens burned, we also have mechanisms that increase buy pressure. Every gem's purchase, therefore, drains the reserve wallet, which the Ecomi team said would keep topped up the circulating supply to ensure the vault has tokens to draw to provide liquidity on the back end of the Veve app system. To increase the Omi in the reserve wallet, a system of buybacks are planned in perpetuity. Buybacks are facilitated with exchanges which hold Omi. The Ecomi team will fund those purchases with some revenue from the Veve app, minus the App Store fees from Google or Apple, 30%. There are two sources of revenue for the buybacks. 10% of the revenue from the new NFT sales, 70% of revenue from unspent gems. For example, a user spends $1,000 on gems in the Veve app and half of them on new NFTs and holds on to the rest of the gems to spend in the secondary market. Of the $500 spent on new NFTs, 30% of that revenue immediately goes to Google or Apple, giving us $350 left for Ecomi. Of that remaining $350, all of it plus 10%, $385, goes to the buyback fund for the next buyback event. A great part of the buyback mechanism is if Omi entering the circulating supply begins to suppress the price, much of it should be offset, at least quarterly, by the buybacks keeping the reserve wallet topped from the circulating supply. Buybacks are currently disabled, but set to resume late in Q2 this year. In addition to buybacks, we can expect increased buy pressure as new users enter the app and when Omi becomes easier to acquire. Gems to Omi conversion is coming back online, so users will be able to effectively purchase gems with their credit debit cards and then easily purchase Omi using those gems, greatly increasing access to Omi to the general market. Reducing friction for users to unwrap into Omi is crucial for increasing buy pressure. It is currently a major bottleneck for new buyers. Once Veve app users can convert Omi to gems, it would be reasonable to expect more people to speculate on the short-term price action of Omi itself. This will onboard more users and also generate more token burn. Of the 52 billion Omi designated for the Ecomi team, board and advisors, their wallets are locked until these dates. Ecomi board team, May 12, 2020, 100% stake. Ecomi founders, May 12, 2021, 25% stake. August 12th, 2021, 25% stake. November 12th, 2021, 25% stake. February 12th, 2022, 25% stake. The IEO was held on May 12th, 2019, and accepted Bitcoin for the purchase of 10 billion Omi. The Ecomi team sold 100 billion separately from the Bitforex IEO. They raised their cap of 1,500 Bitcoin, $10,650 total. Bitcoin at about $7,100 at the time. Between the private sales and the IEO, with one Satoshi equivalent to one Omi, giving Omi an IEO price of 0.000071 USD. The IEO was not available to citizens of China, Cuba, Iran, North Korea, Singapore, Sudan, Syria, US, or Vietnam. The minimum purchase was 0.02 Bitcoin, 142 US dollars, for 2 million Omi, and the maximum was 0.5 Bitcoin for 3,000 or 3,550 USD for 50 million Omi. The ICO purchases would be equivalent to 20,000 and 500,000 if Omi is at 1 cent. $14,084% profit. If you are wondering why whales might be suppressing the price, it is because the profit therein doesn't change significantly when Omi is at 1 cent and 0.009 of a cent. What they want is liquidity, and if buyers give them that, then it's advantageous for them to cash in unrealized profits. I looked through the largest Omi wallets and removed ones that seemed to be either known Omi ecosystem wallets, like the Reserve Wallet, Burn Wallet, Vault Wallets, and Exchange Wallets. Distribution of Omi at the time of snapshot, 89,409 wallets total, one wallet with 11.6 billion, one wallet with 9.78 billion, 16 wallets with 7.5 billion each, one wallet with 5 billion, 59 wallets from between 1 and 3.5 billion each. And there's the rest. I'm not going to read all that. Even if we exclude the top two wallets, assuming either are an exchange or fund not simply trying to sell, we are looking at 1.2 billion worth of Omi, with Omi at 1 cent, from the next 16 wallets alone, and another 1 billion of Omi from the subsequent 60 wallets. The next 197 wallets have a combined 395 million of Omi, too, assuming Omi is currently valued at 1 cent. Then we have a zone of Omi holders that have between 2 and 50 million Omi, and that is where a lot of sell pressure may reside. That is the amount of IEO participants could potentially receive. So if they brought and are in profit from that region, they could happily sell anytime. They have a combined value of 242.5 million, and while many of them are new buyers, a large majority are likely IEO investors who aren't necessarily in the project for the longer term, meaning a possible shorter term sell outcome. Whether or not you believe an Omi will rise in price is directly linked to whether or not you think the sell pressure will overcome the buy pressure from the onboarding new users. Ecomi buybacks and supply shrinkage from token burns. Until those whales are dumped, it's a legitimate question for supply versus demand. Even if most of them sell sooner rather than later, the longer a whale holds, the more leverage they have when they do decide to dump. Lastly, we have the Master Collector Staking Program. Omi staking will not be just a traditional staking program to earn a share of percentage of Omi back, but integrated into the Veve app's features and functionality. This is a screenshot from a Discord from Reese, Communications Manager at Omi. This is where Veve gets really fun. There will indeed be staking opportunities, but being an NFT platform, it won't be like the normal stake your tokens to get more tokens kind of thing. Rather, staking on Veve is a part of our Master Collector program. This is where we start to build in some really awesome gamification to the app, and you can level up your collector ranking to gain access to exclusive releases or early access to collectible drops, things like that. There will be plenty of other ways to up your rankings too. Liking, sharing, commenting, attending location-based events, stuff like that, so everyone can participate regardless of whether they're crypto people or not. Back to the article. The Master Collector Program is a mechanism that rewards Veve app users for their activity and for holding both Veve NFTs as well as Omi, suppressing sell pressure for those who invested in the long term. This is the white paper. From the white paper, what is the Master Collector Program? The Ecomi Master Collector Program is a fun way to reward users of Ecomi Collect platform. It is also designed to incentivize users to stake their Omi tokens to gain access to extra features and benefits. When you first register for the Ecomi Collect platform, you will start at Master Collector Level 1. You can then increase your collector ranking in one of two ways. Number 1, paid. A user can accelerate their progress through the levels, unlocking further features and benefits by purchasing and staking more Omi tokens. Number 2, unpaid. For users who choose not to accelerate financially, they can earn Omi tokens from the in-app activity and then stake these earned tokens. The Master Collector level is based on a number of variables, including the amount of Omi tokens held in the user's account, purchase and sell history, and in-app activity, such as community votes and interactions. Back to the article. It sounds like the higher your Master Collector level, the more access you'll get to rare or exclusive NFTs, as well as Omi drops. Benefits of Ecomi Collector rankings include early access to digital collectible releases. So an example of that would be like having 10 seconds head start to a new drop. Limited edition collectibles, bonus Omi tokens, access to rare and limited edition digital collectibles, aka secret rare, only available to Ecomi collectors. The higher the collector's ranking, the higher percent chance of receiving limited edition NFTs and rewards. Back to the article. If this program properly incentivizes app users, you may see a feedback loop where people reinvest their NFT profits back into Omi, leveling up to receive rare NFTs, which can be sold for additional Omi. The projection of the Master Collector Program's efficiency or efficacy on price action should be based on how bullish you believe the Veve app is within the digital collectibles ecosystem. If Veve generates continued hype, this may be the strongest force in the decreasing market supply of Omi. And there you have it, guys. That should have given you all that you needed to know or wanted to know about Omi, Ecomi, and Veve. I'll leave a link in the description if you want to read it for yourself. If I went over something too fast or too slowly for you guys. But yeah, that is everything up to date so far. So, yeah, I guess I'll see you guys in the next one. I'm not a financial advisor, just a guy with a lot of opinions. And I'm very bullish on Veve, Ecomi, and Omi. See you guys in the next one, and peace.